So, for today, a brief update on my life, and then I'm going to talk about dealing with anxiety. So, I did try to do the outside videos, but first I went to this place. It was really nice, and decided it was way too windy. And then I decided to go somewhere else, but by the time I got there, it started raining. So I was going to do one of those outside vlog things, but I found the spot, but then decided it was way too windy, and then when I tried to find another spot, it started raining, as you can see, so we'll get around to this eventually. I will be doing more of those, just whenever I have time, and the weather cooperates with me. And I know I haven't done a lot of videos lately, but I do have a lot of ideas. I've just been really busy with school, busy trying to find places to make them where there's not people all around. Because it's kind of weird making a video when people are watching you. So I'm going to be talking about anxiety today, because I experience a lot of it. And I'll also be talking about some things I do, so hopefully other people will be able to relate. And maybe the things I do might be able to help them as well. Something that I've done fairly recently, which makes me really nervous, is talking on the phone to people that I don't know. I had to schedule an appointment, and I know that's not a big deal for most people, because they can just call people on the phone and schedule their appointment, but it's one of those things that makes me nervous. Basically, I just had to take some deep breaths, reassure myself about it, and it went just fine. Also, I have a math prelim tomorrow evening. I'm nervous about that, worried about it. I just need to reassure myself, tell myself that I know the material, I'm capable of doing this. As long as I study, there should be no reason to worry. So I've been having things like that, which are just being nervous about things going on. And I've also just kind of had this anxiety in my stomach, which doesn't really go away the past few days. It's not bad, it's just kind of always there. And I can't really seem to think of a reason for it. But luckily, I have not had any panic attacks lately. Those, I think, are the hardest to deal with because it's just so overwhelming. There are also things I do that make me nervous that I shouldn't really be nervous about. For example, right now, talking to my camera. Whenever I do this, I always worry that there will be people who can hear me listening in or watching me from, they might just open the door and watch me or something. But it doesn't really make much sense to worry about that, since I'm going to be putting this online anyways. There's no point in worrying if people see me do this in real life. Another thing, I often when it's dark or I'm alone, I worry about being murdered. I understand that the probability of being murdered is very low, at least where I live. It's not really something that I should worry about, and even though I understand this, it still happens anyways. So some things that I do to calm down. The first one is basically just try to reassure myself. Even though I might not be thinking rationally, if I can just convince myself that my worries are more than they should be, or a bit unreasonable, then that might help a little bit in decreasing them. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't, it depends. My next two things are basically ways to get your mind off of it. Well, I usually listen to music or go for a walk because I enjoy these things and I find them relaxing, and they tend to help. Another thing that really helps, especially with panic attacks, is just try to breathe more slowly. When you're having a panic attack, at least for me, I breathe really fast, and that makes the numbness and the dizziness and the lightheadedness all get worse. So if I am able to slow it down, the effects might not be quite as bad. And the physical symptoms won't be quite as bad, and I'll feel a bit better I really like meditation, breathing exercises, guided imagery, that sort of thing, to help calm me down when I'm not feeling well either. By breathing exercise, I mean just sort of sitting down, focusing on your breath, trying to enjoy each breath you take. This has helped me a lot, like throughout the day, like if there's anything that's going on if that makes me anxious or nervous, I just try to, I take a few breaths, try to enjoy them, really breathe them in, think about them, enjoy them, appreciate them, and let them go. That seems to calm me down, so you don't need to have like full meditation time, like you can if you want, but you can just use some of the breathing techniques throughout your day. This has been the technique that I find most helpful in calming my anxiety. So I hope this video has helped someone, or at least someone can relate to it. I will be making more videos. I have a bunch of ideas. I just need to find the time and location to make them, and I will see you later.